So again, if you're listening to your cutting guidelines of what you're supposed to be doing, and you're following those, and you're kind of religious about it, you should have less and less cuts as you go on. So we'll have cuts. Don't get me wrong, but there's when you're fingertips in, knuckles out, paying attention to your knife, because again, there's another part that we didn't talk about the cook is there are dangers. Okay, so the safety that you're learning, okay, very important to think about as well. And you're going to work in places where it's a bit more cowboy, where people don't always follow all the rules or whatever it is, but you have to protect yourself and to make sure that you're not in danger. Very important. Bigger places like this, it's a lot more limited because it's a lot more strict about how the things are done. Yes, so my main job is making menus, making the special events, and managing the people, of course, and then managing the rotation of the stock, the purchasing. So that's my main job. That's my main job. So for me, it's a little more junior than I've been used to in the past, but I have lots of time off.
That was my other question.
I have lots of time off. I have 45 hours a week. I work daytime. My summer is very free. I can take vacation when I want. It's for me, it's a lifestyle choice. I make less money than I need. Okay. But I make enough money to survive, and at one point you have to decide, is it about a nicer car or more time off with my daughters? Everybody has their choice, and so for me, it's really at this stage of my life, at this stage of my career, it's more important for me to. I'll be honest. There's days I'm bored. I need a challenge. It's here it's a little less challenging. Routine, and it can be a little limited because of the union as far as what I can do at times. But again, it's an amazing environment to work because of all the young people. This is the best time of their life. They're away in downtown Montreal, living here, going to class, eating every day. It's a very, very positive environment. They're never upset. So the only customers I've ever had that are, this is not a work cafeteria that maybe people are not having the best day at work, and they're happy. They're stressed sometimes because of their classes, but they're pretty happy about what's going on. So it's been really nice, and that part's been amazing. About 18 months, Yeah. A year before that, I worked for a contractor at McGill. So I worked for Compass. Compass is a very large food service. It's the largest food service provider in Canada and in the world. Yeah, there's Sodexo, there's Compass, there's Aramark. So I had worked for them for a year, and then there was an opening here in McGill. Basically, came to poach me to come work. Yeah, it's tough, but again, with Compass and food service provider, you can work up north. Okay. Very hard working up north, but you make a lot of money very quickly. I'm saying like north, like Fort McMurray and stuff like that in oil sands. There's lots of different. You can work everywhere. So there's lots of opportunities in Compass as well. So I was not unhappy with my job at Compass, but Compass is a contract. So in 2 years, I might be working somewhere else, and they sort of convinced me here that this job doesn't come up very often, that I should take it. And here is kids go free tuition. I have free tuition. How did my boss put it at McGill? They want to keep some juice still in the lemon, but mostly it's been the time. Like the schedule. So, I work a little harder during the school year, but so are my kids and everything. And then in the summer is my time, for the first time in 30 years, that the summer is more my time and not my employer's time, So I made more money before, but I worked 2 jobs, in the sense of, no, but I mean in the amount of hours and stuff like that. Exactly, but it doesn't mean in a year from now also I'm not. What gives me the ability to make these changes are the hard work at each stop, and the learning at each stop, and the growing at each stop, and the pushing myself at each stop. And with those skills, because once you have those skills, nobody can take them away from you. So that's why it's so. I remember when I was in school, I thought cooking was this. Like there was only in a small restaurant, that's it. Today I realize it's like this. There's so many different ways to do this. It really is everything.
What's your favorite?
Well, my favorite to eat or my favorite to cook? Cooking, I don't look at it that way. Listen, I'm very good at. I'm very good at my butchering and my fish cleaning and my portioning of my fish and my cooking of my meats, my cooking of my fish. That's sort of my more special. My French is more my specialty, But again, I don't see it as one cuisine as my specialty. I see it as my techniques are my specialty. So, I can cook anything if I have the recipe. It might take me 2 times to get it exactly how I want if it's something new, but it's the skills that give you the confidence to do the recipes after that. And I cook every night in my house now. That's the difference now is I'm at home all the time, and there's nothing that I don't do. One night it's this, one night it's that. Is it authentic? Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Like it depends what I'm doing. I enjoy cooking things that are cooked properly. So, right, quality. You can have the worst ingredients, but if you put the best hands, you're gonna get a very nice thing. You can have foie gras and truffles, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're serving garbage. So, I cannot emphasize enough how important the skills are. How it will seem a little, again we're doing that. Why do we have to, but trust me, keep pushing. Those skills are your knife skills, your saute skills, your understanding of why you're adding egg whites to your clarification. These are all the things that are super important because when you don't get the results that you were looking for, you have to sort of be able to go back on the steps and ask yourself, okay, well, what, was it different from baking? Okay, baking is more precise. Okay, baking it makes a difference if it's 5 grams more, 5 grams less. Okay, cooking it's more about ratios. More about like there's a little more freedom, let's say, in what you're doing. Okay, yes, but resting a piece of meat is resting a piece of meat. If you take the turkey out of the oven at Thanksgiving and start slicing that thing, it's not going to be juicy. You need to let it rest. Why? Because the technique is you're allowing all the juices in the blood to get back into the meat, and you have to allow it the time. And that's something you can't make a different way. It is the way it is. There's no two ways about it. So again, think of those techniques. Think of ask questions. Well, why am I doing this again? If you're not sure, we have the opportunity today to look it up like this. To go on. When I do something new, so I did a beef Wellington recently. When I do it new, I go watch it on YouTube a couple times just to see where I know what I'm doing, but just to see where the steps are, and that's how I get it. So I'll show you what I made my father-in-law for Christmas.
You want to sit in it?
So this is the tenderloin, so this is all clean, this part. Okay, so you make a center cut that's like this, that's about that size. And it's seared, okay, and then it's brushed with Dijon mustard.
Pan-seared it?
I pan-seared it. You could oven sear it too if you want, This is the duxelle, so mushrooms. So those are mushrooms that you put in a robot with shallots and garlic, okay? And then you dry it out, okay? Salt and pepper, you dry it out so that it's almost like a paste, but because it's a very concentrated mushroom thing. This is prosciutto that's there. You wrap it up, so I wrapped it up into like a log like this now.